To somebody who won't butcher her. Hey. They're right over there. All right, we have a lot to do today. We have a ton to do today. And here's Teresa, and Chris is here today in her gray. She's wearing her Lost Shadow gray. And I got to show you my sleeve because I'm wearing my Lost Shadow outfit too. We are at Memory Bound, so good morning, happy Monday. Teresa's getting a microphone. The first thing we're going to do today is choose our color winner and talk about the new color. And Teresa has, oh, I don't know, should we say played with it over the weekend?
Yeah, a little bit.
Teresa's done some things with it over the weekend. Chris is the one that kept track of all those guesses. And why don't you guys get a little closer together because we only have one more microphone. So, Chris, tell us about all the guesses.
There were 254 guesses, and over half of those were gray.
And guess what, folks?
Yeah,
it is gray. It's a beautiful gray. It's Lost Shadow. And we're going to show you each piece. We're going to show you everything. I don't know, should we get the winner first, our guessing winner?
Yeah.
All right, so Chris has pulled the names out.
I have.
Or she's got the names, and she's going to draw a name. Now, okay, before we do that, what we did was when we heard there was a new color all last week, people guessed on our Facebook what the color was going to be. And then we're going to draw from all the winning guesses for somebody that's going to get a free ink pad and re-inker, either oxide or regular distress, whatever they choose. And so these are all the people that guessed gray.
Look at all those.
Oh wait, we got to show. Look at this fancy bag. Look at all the names. So what did you say? That's about 130?
A little over, yeah, 130, 131, something right in there.
So this is it, everyone. This is the winner, the Memory Bound guessing winner. Sorry, I went blank from, Wendy Jean says she doesn't know why she guessed green. Everyone says good morning, they're excited, and then we're going to show all about the new Lost Shadow.
Okay, I'm going to shut my eyes and...
She's making it very fair. Chris did all of this. She put all the names, she wrote everybody's name down.
Make sure I only have one. Here you go, I'll let you call the name.
Cut it apart, and the winner is...
Kathy Irvin.
Kathy Irvin, you won there she is right there. Kathy, you have won either an oxide ink pad and re-inker or a distress ink pad and re-inker of the new Lost Shadow
I'll put her
Distress.
Her number on here.
Yep.
Chris is going to take care of it. So Kathy, give us a call and let us know what you would like, and we'll get that off to you. If you're far away and we ship to you, we'll just put it in your next order. That's not a problem at all. So anyway, it's pretty exciting. Teresa, what color did you think it would be?
I was hoping for gray. I really was.
I kind of thought it would be gray also.
I really like hickory smoke a lot, but this is a lot softer, and it's very pretty. It's going to mix well with, you know, when you put gray and purple or gray and pink together, or gray and yellow.
Gray goes with everything.
It does.
And it's a good blending color. It softens up a lot of the brighter colors, so it is great. I love it.
Do you want to show the...
Excited from Kathy. Oh, let's show your things, then we'll show all the product.
Yeah. So I didn't get to make very much. I'll make some more samples later, but usually I do a butterfly swatch.
we love that.
Yeah.
Lisa.
So this is pumice stone. So I always think of this as like a green gray. I don't know. What do you think, Kelly? What
I would call that. Yes, I think it's got some green in it.
These are the ones,
taupe, really.
Yeah, that Tim lined up with it. And then there's the Lost Shadow, and this is the regular Distress ink. I didn't do the oxide. And then Hickory Smoke.
And I do love hickory smoke.
Yeah.
I just wanted a lighter gray.
So you can see the difference, yeah. And then the Black Soot is the other neutral in kind of this family.
And Bev says they look great with lumberjack plaid and villainous
potion.
Yeah. And she loved Tim's makes on his video.
Yep, he had some good makes. People were mixing it with all different colors. So.
And if you didn't get to see Tim's video, it's out on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and then search on Tim Holtz, and it is his newest video, and he talks all about the color and shows all kinds of samples.
It's only like an hour too.
It's
or
a
you
little
can
shorter.
you can go to his blog and scroll down. At the very bottom are all the samples too. But yeah.
So what
This
did
is
you
just
make over the
a
weekend?
tag that I made, and I did the smooshing technique with the gray, and then I used a little bit of sponge sugar. That's the color that I used to go with it.
Let me zoom in. You can see the pink in there a little
Yeah.
bit.
And so I layered and layered. I splatted and I dried, and then I'm not splatted. I smooshed and I dried and I smooshed and I dried. I did it like 3 times. So there's a lot of layers on there. So there's some spots that you can see are much darker than the other spots. And then I did use the ink to dye my ribbon. The gray.
And we've shown that before. It's if you've got, and we have the seam binding. We have it.
Yep.
I think, can you get it in 5 yards, or you can get it by the foot?
Yeah. And then I use the new. I can't think of what the name of the dye. Lucky Love. This is Lucky Love. Yeah.
And the other one was.
That's the one I can't think of.
We've got it.
Yeah,
over
it's
there.
over there. That goes with the stamp set. So I did stamp these and then die cut them out. I'm going to keep doing that for the correction. And we don't have the stamp right now. We're out of that. But
it's coming.
But it's coming, yeah. Yeah, so this is just one little sample of how the gray can go with the pink. But I use the regular on this. So we've got the regular.
We're going to show you everything that we have.
Yep,
and,
the regular.
And that is everything. So there's a regular Distress ink in Lost Shadow.
And then we've got the oxide and the re-inker. And I had to get both, of course.
Teresa, before you go on, we have a question, and it's, and you're really good at explaining it. Can you go over the differences between the ink and the oxide, and what do you prefer for the edges of your paper?
Yeah. So I think one of the main differences is that the oxide ink is more of a chalky look when you stamp with it, or when they're made to react to water. So when you use water with the oxide, it really does give you more of a chalky look than the Distress ink. The oxides will also stamp on dark colors and be more a true color. So if you stamp on black or craft or navy, you're going to get more of a true color. If you use the regular ink, it's hard to say what
on the dark colors, it's not going to be as true.
Yeah.
The oxide is actually a combination of the regular dye ink and a pigment ink.
So
it is slower drying, which is nice for embossing. For doing the edges, I usually use the Distress ink.
I do too. Just because this one is a little bit wet. Now, if you want to blend onto a piece of paper and cover it and not get any line marks, then the oxide, because of the pigment and it takes a little bit longer to dry, when you're blending, it works better. You can blend out the marks better on it, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so
it's slower drying, so for me, if I'm doing the edges, I'm doing something kind of quick, and I don't want to wait for it to dry, and my fingers are going to get messy. So.
Yeah. And you can stamp with either one of these. It just depends on the look that you want. I think the Distress ink is more translucent and the oxide is more opaque, I would say.
Agree.
So.
And Elena says this color is going to go with anything.
Yes.
And that she loves it, and we do too. All right, so that was the ink pads and the re-inkers. And
then we have the paint. And we're going to maybe show a little bit of that today. And then we have the glaze.
And that's the embossing powder, but when you heat it up, it's clear, it's not opaque.
And I will make a sample of that. And then we have the sprays. Where are they? Here we go.
We still have some stuff in boxes back
there. We have the regular and the oxide. And you can see, I don't know, can you see that?
It's separated, yeah.
Yeah, it's separated. And so when you use the oxide, you really need to, there's a little ball in there, and you really need to not shake it, but like spin it. He says,
Spin it?
I don't know what, so that you can see that there's some settled at the bottom, and you really want to make sure that you get that all mixed together before you spray it. You don't have to shake. There's no ball in this one, but you need to shake.
Same with the re-inker. Make sure you,
Yeah.
you shake your oxide re-inker.
Yeah, you can see how it's kind of separated and settled.
What's
And
not
there's
back
a ball
here
in
is
there.
the collectible pin. That's up on the,
Oh,
we've got that up in our display. But if you want a collectible pin, we
Yep.
do have that also. And Janet put a link to everything. And
ooh, it's dreamy.
this is an amazing color, and it's
It's very
exactly
pretty.
what I was hoping for.
Yep,
Was gray.
a nice gray.
Thank you, Tim. You did a wonderful job.
We love
Here's
it.
just a shot of our sign, and there's been lots of comments about how he named the color, and he did say he had been planning on this color for a while, which amazes me because I don't plan that well.
I know.
But we are planning March. But he did say, he referenced Peter Pan, and I, as a child, I'll be honest, I was not a big Peter Pan movie fan, but I've watched a few clips, and now I think I might like it, and I'm going to go back and watch it.
There's lots of different, they have several out there.
Well, the classic, I think this is the classic guy here. But Tim talked about how your shadow is kind of like your first best friend. When kids first see their shadow, you're kind of playful with it. You know, I can kind of remember standing out in the driveway and, you know, doing stuff with your shadow.
Yeah. I still
And-
try and take my picture of a shadow, you know, when I go
then-
on walks and
Well, you're on the ball, Teresa.
yeah.
So anyhow, your shadow is something that's always there, and it's kind of symbolic. If you lose your shadow, you have to grow up. And Tim says that he thinks we should all keep that spark alive and be silly and do things, of course, within reason. And that's why he named it Lost Shadow, in reference to Peter Pan. And, you know, do those things that, I think that's why I like working here, Teresa, because we do things that are silly and goofy.
Yeah.
And we can't help it, but we can't help it. So anyway, everyone's talking about the movie now, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. And Tim, I doubt that Tim's watching, but if he is, or if he watches this someday, we do love this color.
Yes,
He's
we
had
do.
some really great colors. And there's going to be one more color, Teresa, and then that's the end of the
Yeah.
Distress Color palette. But I think he's got some other things down the
Yeah,
down the pike.
he said something about some exciting things for Distress, which I was excited about the colored pencils. So I'm like, what else could there
I
be?
know, I
I'm
know.
like, his mind is out there. So
It is.
that's
He's always doing
exciting
cool
for us.
things.
Yeah.
So that's Lost Shadow, and then Teresa has a demo for us, and we have 5 new collections. Should we just show the
Okay,
new collections?
sure.
Why we're here? So we've got 5 new collections from
start-
Echo Park. We've got some baby things. We've got spring. We've got Easter. And then we're going to come over here, and Teresa has a new technique with embossing folders using paint. So that would be great with the new Tim Holtz Lost Shadow paint.
We'll start with baby.
So this is our baby girl.
Our baby girl.
And we've got these are large collections, our baby girl and our baby boy, and they're large, and we've got everything here. They're from Echo Park, and there's the solids.
Yep.
Teresa, I'm going to switch because we've got that light
got a
coming
glare.
in the window, and I think we can see
There
the
you go.
colors better. Looks good. So there's the collection packs, and then we've got the sticker sheet. And everyone, it's so cute. And I want to say a big, huge congratulations to Penny.
Oh yeah.
She
Penny
has
will
a
need
new
this.
little granddaughter, and her name's Reagan.
Yep.
So really, congratulations, Penny, from all of us at Memory Bound. And then here's the papers. And the one side it's not all babyish.
No.
Like you could use that for anything.
No. Chris and I were talking the other day. There's lots of pieces in here that you could use. If you don't use it for your baby album, you could go back and use, those are the cut aparts for other things. It's kind of a corally pink that they've
Yeah,
used.
I like the colors.
And I'm not going to say a mint green,
They're not
but
traditional.
Yeah. Little.
So if you're just joining
little
us,
bit of orange.
we are showing you 5 new collections from Echo Park, and this is our baby girl.
Nice plaid. It's got a little bit of yellow in it, or a gold, like, I don't know, goldy
You are
yellow.
my greatest adventure. You are my stay wild moonchild. That kind of like goes with Tim's theory about don't lose your childhood. Do fun things. Don't be too grown up.
The words.
And congratulations to
stars.
Kathy. Also, she has a new great-granddaughter
Oh
named
my
Mallory.
gosh. Congratulations.
Must have been a good weekend for having babies.
Yeah. Hospitals were busy. See, here's another one. Hearts on one side. You could use this for Valentine's. Flowers on the other. Here's another heart. Oh, that's cute with
It's
the
really
plaid.
cute.
And then the cut aparts. And I love these month.
You know, Teresa, when my kids are older, so we didn't take pictures every month.
I know.
We had cameras. We had cameras at the time, not
You had
phone.
to print the photos.
But I would love to have that. Our grandsons, 2 of them have got their pictures for every month.
Every
and
month.
It's so fun to see how they grow.
Yeah.
But what an easy way to make an album. You get that paper, maybe get a flip book, put in 1 month, 2 month, whatever, and a little bit of background paper, and away you go.
There's also a stamp set, I know, that has that on it. So, but we'll get to that. Here's some more cut parts. Dream big, little
You are the
one.
treasure at the end of the rainbow. This is a large collection. Looks like we have got a duplicate there.
Yep.
Lots of rainbows,
yep.
and
Stars,
sunshine and
hearts.
and then here's the solids.
The pink, yellow, and orange.
Yeah, I
And
think
there's
those
the
colors
coral.
are really nice.
And a little bit of brown. The boy one has more brown in it, I think. We've got the chipboard. Oh, 2 chipboard pieces.
So the phrases and the accents that are going to coordinate with that. And they're adhesive.
Little banner.
Yeah, that's cute. So sweet. So cute. Hello, you.
We've got the paper pads. We've got the regular and the mega. So remember, if you're going to make cards, the mega I discovered is perfect. Oh, then we have a sticker book.
You know, we needed a baby collection so bad
Yeah.
because we were kind of out of everything. And
Look at
here's
that.
the 8 pages, and they do repeat.
I love the sticker books.
Yes, you do.
All right, then we have ephemera and frames and tags. Those are probably hard to see. But they're cute. And then 2 stencils, the rainbow again and the hearts. Perfect for Valentine's.
They are. It is
You could use
perfect
that
for
too.
Valentine's. So that was our baby girl. Oh, we still
We
have
still have more
things. Okay.
So we've got 2 stamp sets. So here's the month that you could stamp. If you think you're going to have more grandchildren, then you should get the stamp set.
Or children, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Or children, I guess, not just grandchildren.
A lot of us are at the grandparent age.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's this one as
And
well.
like they always do, they've got images and they have phrases and just a lot of really cute things. Those footprints, I think I'd buy that for the footprints alone.
All right. So we've got some enamel dots. And then we have puffy stickers and adhesive brads.
That's beautiful.
And 2 washi tapes.
Oh, jeez,
It
Teresa.
keeps coming. I know.
It just keeps coming.
There's that plaid
Karen
and the rainbows.
says she gives a teddy bear
Yeah.
and then has them take a photo each month with a bear and watch them grow besides the bear. That's really fun. At one time when my kids were like elementary age, we planted a new bush in the backyard, Teresa. And I told Doug, I said, we need to take a picture of the kids every year by the new tree in the backyard. And then I realized the tree was going to grow, so it really wasn't going to do any good. Okay, so now we have our baby boy.
Yep. And
I
the
love
coordinating
the
paper
colors.
packs.
Love the colors. And again, we have everything from this collection. We have everything from all of these
Yep.
collections.
Oh, and this one has a little more of the brown in it, like I said. And this also has, you know, you could use this, some of this paper for anything.
Wild thing, you make my heart sing. Love you to the moon. B is for boy.
I don't know what that is. That was on the girl page too. What do you think? Stacking blocks or something?
That, or it looks like a baby to me in a thing.
Oh.
Let's zoom in on it.
What do
Okay,
people think
everyone,
this
we're not
is?
sure what this is. stacking blocks, maybe a toy, or maybe that's like a little head and it's laying in a cradle. I don't know.
Here's another mobile for the boys. Ooh, and a nice stripe.
And we've got our
Animals.
little animals. All good things are wild and free.
Little X's. More cut aparts. Little dreamer, special delivery. You are my sunshine.
I think that right there, ready or not, watch me grow. That's so true. I just hear that all the time from how time flies, and before you know it, they got their driver's permit or they have kids of their own.
There's the words.
I like word paper.
And clouds with hearts. That's cute. Another nice plaid. And there's the hearts on the back of that one. And here's the months again and the boys. And the plaid.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
different. No one's done that before.
I
that
do
I know
like
of.
it too. Little banners. You could cut those out and make a nice layout.
So if you like this or you need some baby things, you can go to memorybound.com and you can go to shopping and go to our new category, and you'll find these under Echo Park, our baby boy, our baby girl, and then we have kind of a bonus to show you too called Our Baby.
There's your footprints, Kelly.
I know, I like the footprints.
Cut apart.
So that's a pretty color. I don't know if the colors show up as good
Yeah.
on your big screen TVs at home or your phones or your iPads or whatever. And here's the sticker sheet. And we have said it a lot, but Echo Park, they put a lot of stickers on their sticker sheet.
They sure do.
And lots of different sizes, because when you're doing like a grouping, it's best to have a mixture of sizes, small, medium, and large. And Peggy has taught us that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that pretty?
And Teresa, Shirley's watching from Canada. Hello, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
She's got her first grandchild coming in June.
Oh.
So there are lots of opportunities here. And here we have the
Again, the
chipboard.
chipboard and the blues. See, here's that stacking toy that it kind of makes me think, that paper kind of makes me think of that,
that's what
but
it is.
I don't know. And then
We
we've
have one
got
of
the
those.
mega pack and the regular pack, 6x6.
There's a lot in that
And
basket,
the sticker
Teresa.
book. Same thing as the girls. And then you also have the months. So if you want to do a boy one.
And it's nice because it even says we're adopting. We're expecting, we're adopting.
Oh,
So I think
yeah.
that's kind of nice.
I like this ABC. And then H, I love you so much. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Clever. All right, we've got our puffy stickers and our enamel dots.
This
And our
basket, Chris
breads.
filled the basket up for us on Friday.
And then I dropped one. We've got our ephemera and our frames and tags. And then this one just has the footprint stencil.
Which
Kelly
is
liked.
really cute. Yeah, I
It
do
is.
like that.
And then washi tape again. Now for the bonus, maybe if you don't know what you're going to have yet.
Right. This is just called Our Baby.
Our Baby.
So it's gender neutral, and I think there's been gender neutral collections in the past, but they were never really called that. But now in our world today, that's something, and it's so helpful because
Yeah.
we get people in and they don't know if someone's having a baby boy or a girl, but they want to do a shower or make
The
cards.
brown is so pretty. So we've got a few pieces. We have the sticker sheet.
It's a little bit smaller collection.
Yep.
And you can mix it with the other collections.
Oh yeah. Because it's got the coral and then it has the green. Ooh, that's pretty.
It is.
So it has a little bit of both. Yeah, this is definitely going to mix with the other ones. The brown, and then of course it has the months. cut aparts.
So if you end up having a boy, then you could get the boy collection and add to it. And if you end up with a girl, you can get the girl collection or just use this, whatever makes you happy.
And then we do have the 6x8 pad.
Or 6x6.
Oh, yep, or 6x6. Ah,
It's hard, everyone.
I know.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
And
the chipboard,
our words don't come very good sometimes.
ephemera, and a stamp set.
Look out, world. Here I come. Special delivery. Welcome, little one.
Yep.
10 tiny toes. Very cute.
More generic for you. So,
Or if you want to make put together a gift.
oh yeah.
Like a bundle of scrapbooking things.
Or
but you
some
don't know if
cards
it's
for
boy
a
or
baby
girl.
shower, yeah. Because sometimes you go to a baby shower and you don't know what the sex is yet. Or maybe a reveal party if you don't know what the sex
That's
is
right.
yet. Since that's a thing now. All right, now let's do spring.
Okay, it's called It's Springtime.
We've got the,
We have It's Springtime and It's Easter Time, and they do coordinate together. You're going to see that a lot of the colors are the same, and this too is from Echo Park.
yep.
So you could easily mix these together.
So we've got the 12x12 and the 6x6 and the coordinating paper, which is nice.
We're getting quite a pile here, Teresa,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Here's the sticker sheet. We've got some individuals. Oh, I've got the papers, the solids on top here. Sorry, I wasn't ready for that.
So there,
Ooh, the purple's pretty.
Yeah, that is really pretty.
And
And
green.
then you flip it over and it's totally different.
Uh-huh.
And this one has some gnomes in it. So I don't know if they'll turn up on the paper, but they're on the sticker sheet
have
and we
to
can
see.
show you here.
Plaid is nice and springy. Ooh, I like the purple in this line.
You don't see it with these colors very often. It's very flattering.
Cut aparts. It's the coral and the green that they have in the baby line too.
There's some butterflies.
Cute little butterflies.
I don't know about you, Teresa, but I'm kind of ready for spring.
Mm-hmm. Especially after today.
Tonight it's supposed to get down to 6 degrees below zero here in Iowa.
There's a little flower truck they've got going on. Ooh, a little seed packet. That's cute.
Plant dreams, pull the weeds, and grow a happy life. Oh gosh, that's neat.
Just a floral. Oh, a
So
honey
we're-
a beehive.
Yes, there's little bees in there.
I bet there's bees on the back. Cute. And then you have to have birds in the spring. And butterflies.
So if you're ready for spring, this is a great collection. It's called It's Springtime.
There's a gnome. How does your garden grow?
And look at a little birdie told me it's spring. It's going to be here before we know it because time flies.
There's some more gnomes with their wheelbarrow.
It's kind of a subtle gnome. They're not on every paper. They're here and there. And they had a Christmas collection that was that way. So I think they had success with it and is carrying it through with this springtime.
There's a little gnome.
There he is doing his gardening.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like these.
I like the seed packets.
These would
Yeah.
be so fun to cut apart for embellishments.
Very cute. A nice plaid on the back. And then we have two stamp sets.
From My Garden with Love. Oh, isn't that neat? And you could give somebody, make a card and put a little seed packet in there, or maybe seeds from your garden. Diane gave us seeds one year at
She
Christmas,
did.
and I still plant them every year and get more seeds out of the flowers.
Fun. Then we have the frames and tags and ephemera.
Okay,
All right.
so that was It's Springtime, and now we have It's Easter
It's
Time. And the
Easter.
colors are going to look very similar because they did a good job, so you can mix these together.
This one has the purple again that I like so much.
Yes, Teresa likes this one. We're probably going to
And
be
the
seeing
green.
this one.
Yeah, very cute. The chocolate rabbit. And then the individual papers. We've got the sticker sheet.
And they always do a nice job with their stickers. And you can see all of this online up close. Oh, look at that, Teresa. I had a squirrel moment. That little bunny's
butt.
diving into the truck.
Little bunny butt.
This is all online if you want to take more time and actually look at it a little closer.
This one I think they're going to sprinkle chocolate rabbits throughout.
That works for me.
Yeah. Cottontail Farm.
Oh,
Tulips.
Oh, those bunnies are cute.
Flowers on the back. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh gosh, it really does
Purple
make
plaid.
you ready for spring, doesn't it?
Oh, I like that nice big plaid with journaling cards on the back.
Carrots for the Easter bunny. And your Easter best, Easter tweetings.
I'm just here for the chocolate bunny. I always like a good carrot paper. Nice orange on the back. And we've got some Easter baskets.
And here's the 3x4s. Today is a great day, and it is a great day. I try to say that every day. Keep calm and hunt on. Carrot patch.
That's cute. Oh, rainbows.
And look how they're done. Kind of, I don't know, slanted. I feel
Yeah.
like there's lines drawn, but
And look, they have little bunny ears on the top of some of them. That's cute.
Oh, that's really a neat paper. It's done different than a lot of rainbow papers.
There's the truck in purple and teal and coral. All you need is love and a chocolate bunny.
Very true.
Cut aparts, I like those. And a nice polka dot. And then we come to our solids.
Now we always order the solids because it takes the guesswork out of trying
Yeah.
to pick out your cardstock.
It's nice.
So we just think it's handy dandy for everybody.
Then we have the paper pad and the mega pack. Perfect for Easter cards. And then 2 chipboard phrases and accents.
They're just so cute. They add dimension to your projects. They're not super thick chipboard, but they do add a little dimension, a little fun.
Ephemera and frames and tags.
I think the bunny butt's going to be throughout the collection.
I know, it's cute. Let's see what we have in stencils. We've got some bunny time stencil. We've got quite a few stencils here, 4 of them.
And Val said that would make a great explosion box and put chocolate eggs inside.
Yeah.
I love that idea, Val. That's really good.
Springtime.
And you could do those in different colors too.
And then the cute carrots.
Now Janet has a story here, Teresa. As a child, she says, I'd never eat my chocolate bunnies and hid them in the deep freeze. Years later, when they were getting a new freezer, my mom found a whole bunch of bunnies in the bottom. Oh my gosh.
There's your chocolate bunny die.
Some Easter basics.
That's a good size. I like that. Yep, so we got dies with that one. All right.
So that was our 5 new collections from Echo Park. Thank you, Echo Park.
Yeah.
We went over Lost Shadow, the new color. We named our winner. And so Nancy Irwin, give us a call, or
Kathy.
Kathy, I'm sorry. Give us a call or send us an email and we'll get your color to you. And look at all this pile of brand new stuff right here. It's kind of that time of year, Teresa, when new stuff is coming in. We ordered a lot of new things in this month and now they're starting to arrive. So you gotta love that, right?
Yes. Yes, to be done with the Christmas and move on to spring holidays, Valentine's and Easter and St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. And today, you're kind of using some newer things today.
Yeah, I am. And I took a class with Sizzix, an online class, and they showed us this new technique where you use paint and your brayer. So not only can you use your brayer with the Tim Holtz dies, but you can use them with your embossing folders. And so yes, you need paint, embossing folders, and brayers. And I think the 3D embossing folders work the best. So if you don't have any of those, it would be a good time to
get one,
of those and try it. We've got some new ones. I'm going to show you a variety. But let's see, which is the one that I did in class? This is the one that I'll start with this one. This is the one that I did in class. And this one is called, what's that one called?
Is it something pines?
Palm Repeat.
Oh, pine. Did I say pine?
Uh-huh.
Okay, my brain said palm.
It's a palm leaf,
Yeah,
Kelly.
it's not a pine. We're done with Christmas.
Yes. So generally, this is what you see when you look at the embossing folder. This would be the side that you want to use, where it presses the paper out. But instead, then we flip it over and we run paint over our embossed paper, and
So
it shows the
deboss,
negative.
You're using
Yep,
the deboss
the
side
deboss
instead
side.
of the emboss side.
Yep. And so this was just so much fun. We had to show it to you guys as a way to use your 3D embossing folders in a different way. And the other thing that we used on this was the boho bouquet. Those are the little flowers.
They're
So
really
you'll
cute.
see those
They're
on
really
a couple.
Cute, Teresa.
And then Live Life in Full Bloom is from the Sizzix stamp set, Spring Bloom Sentiments. That's $12.99, and the die is $24.99. And I think most of the embossing folders are around $11.99 or so.
They're one of a kind. Stay
Yeah.
wild.
This is a really cute set.
It kind of reminds me of Tim's Lost Shadow, and his point about don't lose your shadow.
Should I show the technique now, or should I just
Maybe
keep
you should
showing?
show the technique
Yeah.
and then show how
So
it
you
works.
guys know
We'll
what
do
I'm
it-
talking about.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it backwards,
Yeah.
which is really gonna be frontwards today.
All right.
Teresa's gonna show us how she did this because this is really neat. That's actually paint on the deboss side instead of here's the emboss side. Ooh, embossed or embossed side.
So I'm going to use the Entangled 3D embossing folder from Tim. And let's see, those are $13.99. I guess I was wrong. Some of them are different prices. So I'm going to just use some watercolor paper, but you can use regular paper as well if you want. And then I might give it a little spray of water. Just loosens the fibers up.
It's a good idea on these deep impression embossing folders to mist your paper just lightly. And then it doesn't crack. Your paper doesn't crack.
But you can use regular paper if that's what you have, but I like to use the watercolor paper. It's a little bit thicker, and I think it does a nicer job on the 3D embossing folders. And if you're just using the Big Shot, then Tim says 3 times for 3D. So it gives you a nice deep impression. And that's what we really want with this technique.
So if you're using the switch or the fold away, you just do it once?
Well,
Is that-
the fold away definitely just once.
it's got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the switch probably you
maybe
might
try
not
it out.
need. Yeah. So you can see how deep the impression is on this one. And actually, I'm going to try some of the Lost Shadow.
Oh, good.
Now, this will be a trick because I haven't used this paint, and so we'll see how dark it is. You do want to shake the Tim Holtz paints up.
They do have a ball.
They have
in
a little
them, so
ball. You
you'll-
can hear
You'll
it.
be able to tell. If you're not sure and you shake it and you hear a ball, then you need to shake it.
And I'm just going to put, you don't need a lot of paint. I'm just going to put a little dab on my thing. And I've got my brayer. And how much are those?
They're
Kelly?
$9.99.
Yeah.
And this is the small one, which
Right.
is what Teresa's using.
And we do have the large one. It's $11.99. Really, it's a personal preference. It's going to work. Either one of them are going to work for you. Tim's have these nice little feet, so you can, when you use it, you want to flip it over. But when you're not using it, you can set it that way so it doesn't roll away from you. It'll hold it on your table. So this is the embossed side of the paper. Nope, that's the debossed side. Wait.
Yeah, I think
This
you're
one's
right.
hard.
This is embossed.
This is
isn't it?
embossed. So we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do it on the debossed side. When you use your brayer and the paint, you're just going to lift and, what did it say? Lift and roll.
Lift and roll.
Lift
okay.
and roll. So we're just going to try and get the paint to coat, and it might take a few swipes. You want to get a kind of even
and by
on
using the brayer, your paint, it's going to be flat and level, so
Yep.
it's not going, if you used a brush, then you're going to get the paint inside
Right.
of the
Yep.
embossing.
So you can see how I'm trying to get it.
Oh, it's looking good,
It's
Teresa.
really subtle. I really like that.
The gray.
The gray, yeah. The
Lost
lost shadow.
Yeah. You better
You
call
can't
it
call
by
it
the right
gray.
name.
I know. I'm running out of paint a little bit. I think I want just a touch more. And and sometimes I'll show you, I'll use some of the Sizzix paint too. So, you know, you're just going to use an acrylic paint. There, that's better.
That's
I
filling
just
it
wanted,
in.
yeah, there were just some spots. And you just kind of have to go over it and make sure that you hit all your spots, however much you want.
It's really pretty, Teresa.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
It is.
Now you do want to, you can just use water and a paper towel to clean off your area. You want to get your brayer cleaned off, because when the paint dries, it is permanent. Tim's paint is permanent. So you don't want your paint to be permanent on your brayer.
And that embossing folder, if you really like that one, it is called Entangled.
So it's a little messy, but that's okay. That makes it fun.
I think we should make a point telling about these craft mats that we have here at
Yeah.
Bound that are a nice surface to work on. Things just wipe up. Even hot glue just comes right off. And if your paint dries before you have a chance to
mat.
wipe it off, then you can just use like a little scraper and it comes
Yep.
right off.
Here's one that I did before we started today, and I used the Sizzix paint with the Bluebell. So it's a light blue.
Those
Here's-
colors look well together.
Here's a craft mat. 18 by 18 is $12.99. So it's a nice, this one's a little bit bigger. So you get a nice big surface. If you don't have, I have 3 of them. Well, I do have one that I always put down for my hot glue gun. And you can cut them into smaller pieces if you just need a heat resistant place. You can supposedly bake with them, and
I actually put one in the bottom of my oven.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's very heat resistant. So there's just a blue
that's
one
pretty.
to give you the
that Entangled
difference.
is really beautiful.
yeah. Now the the Sizzix paint is a little bit thicker. So when you I'll do the purple so that you can really, it's not called purple, it's called lavender dust.
Okay. Of course it's not called purple.
No. So when you do that, you're just going to put like a pea size amount out. And when you roll your brayer, you know, you just want to roll and lift. So you might want to go off to the side of the mat. So you see how you have those blobs? You don't really want those. So that's why you're going to roll and lift and roll and lift.
So you just keep going until you get a...
Let's just go right
yeah.
over the blue. Since I'm not going to, since my paint is out there and I don't want it to dry.
No, but it's kind of like if you leave some of the blue showing.
Yeah.
That's really
That's kind of
neat,
cool, isn't
yeah.
it?
You never know what's going to happen at Memory Bound.
Yeah, so look at all the paint that I have left. So you really don't need a lot
Yeah,
of paint.
still has a pretty big
I
blob
put a pretty
there.
big blob there. And I'm going to clean my brayer off so that it doesn't turn purple with paint. But it's a really fun, I mean, most of the time you don't think about using paint
Yeah, you
on
don't
your
think about
embossing
paint at
folder.
all.
Oftentimes you'll think about ink on it, but the paint is a fun, fun. There's lots of colors. We have lots of colors in the Sizzix paint, and then we have...
Here's the Sizzix paint come in these little tubes.
Yep.
And we have some Dina Wakely paints. We have some of the Tim Holtz paints. Like here's Lumberjack Plaid, which was a huge color
That
for
was the
us.
last color that we
And
got.
I think Lost Shadow is going to be a really good one
Yeah.
too. It's just so good and basic.
I just need
Well,
to get
Teresa,
this
we were
wiped up
harassing
here.
you about not wearing gray today, but you do have purple on.
I do.
So you do match those.
This was my warmest sweater, so my gray sweaters are not as warm.
Well, and
I need
Julie
it to be
says
warm.
this is one of her favorite ways that she uses her embossing folders. And I think
Oh.
it's great because you're just showing
Yeah.
us one more way to use maybe what we already
Yep,
have.
what you
or
already
maybe,
have.
Maybe what we need to
Maybe
add
you
to
need
our
a new
collection
color
or
of
something.
paint. Yep. But it's a fun technique. So there you can see that's again what we did on the tag. Then I made another tag, and on this one I used the new mosaic. And I wasn't super excited about this folder, but then when I used it, I was like, oh, that is cool. So it does do a mosaic. I got a little paint on the back there, but that's the front. That's what it normally looks like. And I've seen some really cool cards with this.
There has been
I've seen some rainbow cards too, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a little rainbow. So I just started in the middle with the blue, and then I did the pink and the purple.
Well,
and
that's
it turned
so
out cute.
That bunny.
Yeah, that's
The bunny. That's the bunny stitch.
bunny stitch. Yep.
That Teresa's probably going to be using that a lot.
Yeah, and I just did them in white, both layers in white. And then I tucked the Hello Spring. That's from that stamp set that I really like because of the splats, called Spring Shadows. And there's some fun sentiments on there.
I like got candy.
Yeah. So it's a fun little spring tag that we did, and that's $24.99.
Denise says it looks like he's in an igloo, so it does look like an igloo. I think,
you could do an igloo, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
I
You could
think-
put a snowman on there.
and it also, that embossing folder, because there's a stencil like that, reminds me of a swimming pool bottom. Okay, they want to know if you can use regular embossing folders.
You know, I didn't.
Should we get one?
It's probably going to be tricky, and I don't have any.
We'll have somebody
can
give
try
us
it.
one.
Yep, we can
Let's
try it.
try it and go for it. It might just depend on your embossing folder.
Yeah.
But you know, we're going to do it on the fly here. We need an embossing folder just from the back.
Not a 3D.
Yeah, not a 3D.
All right, so here I use the, this is one of my favorites, the Brickwork 3D embossing folder. So I'm glad I showed the tags first, because I can't turn these over because they're hooked onto the tags. But I did it two different ways. This one I just used a red paint, and then I used some brown ink on it. And again, I used that, what is it, Spring Bloom Sentiments on there. You're one of a kind, which is kind of fun. And then I use the new
This is really pretty. I'm
New
going to have to
Gentleman.
check this out.
So there's the Gentleman. So I do like a brick, but that's the Gentleman die that I used there, and I inked him up a little bit. And so I used it on a craft piece of paper. So, you know,
that's
paint
just
does.
cardstock, so
Yeah.
that's a watercolor
Yep,
paper.
non-watercolor. Yep.
Oh, I just have to feel it, Teresa.
I know, because it's the debossed part. So, and then this one I went a little crazy. I used two colors of red. I used the lumberjack, and then I had some another darker red. What was it? Aged mahogany.
Sounds like you found your shadow on that one.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to be using that phrase here a lot.
And then I used some brown, and I splatted it, and then I put the little bird and Stay Wild, because I thought that was fun with the bird. And that's on that stamp set too, Stay Wild. I think I used that a couple times. And then I did have to use the woven embossing folder on the bird. Since I had texture on the bottom, I needed some texture.
It might have looked kind of, seriously, it might have looked kind of funny if you didn't.
Yeah. And I inked him up. So that
Very
is
fun. Love the brick.
the brick. I know.
Everybody loves
I
the
do
brick.
too. This is a fun one. I thought I would use some white paint and do it on black, just to give you an idea. This is the doily, and I really like this one too. This is a fairly new, it didn't come out this time, but it's a fairly new embossing folder, and it just does part of the card. So you have some...
And you've got the debossed, the embossed, the embossed embossed, whatever. That looks just like you have a doily laying on your project. And here is the debossed.
That was the idea with the black and the white. And then I did use some of the picket fence to stamp down here. And I used the tailored, and I used the stamp and the die. Yes, tailored.
That's what Teresa used.
Yep, on the tag.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going, but here. This is what we were trying to think of earlier. Was
the tailored
piece here
and the
and
hat.
The little hat.
Yep. So you guys have seen me do the vintage labels, which I just love, where you can brayer the color onto there. This one I did not brayer the white. I just left it black, and I stamped with black as well, or white. The picket fence white. Yes, some color, black or white. Yes.
Elena says this technique would be good with a basket.
Oh yeah. If you have one of the basket weaves. I'm sure we have a 3D one.
And then they want to know about the brick one, if you use the embossed side and do the paint on it, which we should try that.
Yeah.
Do we need to get some more paper?
No, I have paper.
We'll try that when we get done here.
So I'm just going to show this card. This is the floral...
Delicate leaves.
Delicate leaves. I knew it was leaves. The delicate leaves. So this one, can you see it? This is the embossed. So this is what the leaves look like embossed, which I really just like the plain white. It's just, you know, I like texture in my cards, so this is perfect for me, just a plain old white. But if you flip it over, and there I use the lavender Sizzix paint, and I filled in the background. And that turned out pretty nice, I think.
And
then Janet inspired me, and I again used those
vintage labels.
The vintage labels, and I stamped my butterfly. Oh, and we have these. Oh, we love the sketches stamps, or no, not blueprints, not sketches. The blueprint stamps, and we ordered some of these because this is perfect for Easter and spring, and that's what I was thinking of that day.
They're fun for watercoloring or coloring with Copics or Tombow markers or whatever it might be.
Yep. So I stamped him on one of my rectangles, the butterfly on one of my rectangles, and then I did use the watercolor pencils on that for the butterfly, and I used the Hello Spring from the Spring Shadows stamp set.
And this one's $12.99 for the 4.
And we do have a big, the bigger set as well, but I thought that was fun. So I inlaid it like Janet did her cards last week because I really liked that look.
Know it. Okay,
yep,
you did.
I inlaid it.
Yeah, Janet's inlay was really a great demo. If any of you missed it, go back and watch it because you'll be wanting to try that at home, I'm sure.
Because I wanted this part of the texture to stand out, so I wanted it flat. Instead of laying on top of it, I wanted it
Well, Teresa, that's
flat.
a great idea for when you are doing embossing.
All right, so we want to try a regular embossing folder.
Do. While you're getting that out, I wanted to show, this is the ribbon that Teresa, well actually you probably used it on both of these. So Teresa's really good about dyeing her ribbon with her ink pads. And you can buy it by the foot or the yard, but you can also buy this little bundle of it. It's $7.99. It's the white seam binding. And it's made out of rayon, so it takes the ink really well. And we do have those available, and then you can make them whatever color you want if you purchase the white ribbon. So that is available at $7.99, and wanted to show you that. And we've done the dyeing of the ribbon on the camera before.
All right.
So I'm going to move some of this.
The funny thing is,
this is what happens when we're here.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to say is, the funny thing is, Chris brought this bingo card for embossing folder. So you can't really use numbers because we do have a really nice number embossing folder, and I was like all excited going to use it, but then the numbers are backwards.
Oh, okay.
So you do have to think
numbers you cannot use.
Words and numbers, is probably out. This one has a few different things on it that'll end up backwards, but we're going to go for it anyhow.
At least we'll know if we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Deanna, Teresa's using watercolor paper. She likes the heaviness of it. You can use regular cardstock with the 3D embossing folders. It doesn't have to be watercolor paper, so you can use that.
And I need another plate. Here it is. When you do the regular embossing folders, you need 2 plates. When you do the 3D, you only need 1 plate. So I had only had 1 plate ready. So let's see what
well, here we go. We're going to try it. Kathy, thanks for asking about this, because you never know until you try it.
Yeah, and I'm just going to give it a couple passes just to make sure I have a nice deep impression.
So we're going to show you. Here's the front of this one. No. Well, you have to think about it. Here's the front.
K. This one has a letter and numbers. It should be.
Here's the front. It says Paris. I don't even recognize this, Teresa.
It's an old one.
And here is the deboss side.
Okay.
And then we want to try the bricks too before we go.
So you see how I'm just lifting and rolling, lifting and rolling. And
so you're
sometimes
trying to get the paint kind of even.
Yeah. And sometimes if you get a big blob, I just take my finger and spread it a little bit, because sometimes that happens and it's just annoying.
Gosh.
Ooh, isn't that pretty?
I think it's going to work
It worked.
just fine. So if
Wowza.
if you don't have deep impression, just get out your other embossing folders and give it a try. And like Teresa said, check if you have words or numbers, they're going to be reversed.
Yeah, because like the K is backwards, the numbers. But it's a pretty cool folder.
It is.
It's old. We don't have it. We probably can't get it.
Yeah, don't ask about
So
it,
don't ask
please.
about this folder. That guarantees someone will ask about it. But that
So you
I could
can
probably
use
put
your,
more in there.
You can use
Yeah.
your regular embossing, or try them.
Yeah.
There might be different ones. Some
Yeah.
of them might be deeper than others, but it worked really well.
And I did use, on that one, I used the watercolor paper, which I think, it's thicker, so
It might have worked better.
it works a little better. And I did go through twice through my machine just to make sure that I got a nice deep impression, because the regular ones don't give you, I'm so used to the 3D ones now, kind of spoiled by them. I really like those. So
I feel like I
Okay.
need to use mine more, Teresa. I find
your
that
embossing folders,
they're in a drawer, so I don't get them out, but I need to. I think they're in the drawer. I really don't know where they're at. But
I know where mine are. I have them in a basket.
okay, so we're
Okay,
going to try
so they want to do the
We're going to
brick.
try the brick. And
to
over
find it.
here, Teresa used the deboss side, and so you can kind of see how the grout is raised, and that's where most of the ink is going. And she did some splattering and things also. But we had a question about doing it on the brick side, on the emboss side. And then there was a comment just now that if you do this and you don't like it, or it doesn't turn out, then
Flip
you
it
just
over.
flip it over.
Mm,
Yep, and there you
definitely.
go. Just put a lot of adhesive on it so nobody peels it off
Yeah,
there.
I usually use
card.
score tape with my embossing folders because they do have a tendency to,
The mat's not the best for die
No.
cutting on, but it's really good for a lot of other things. So remember, with the 3Ds, you go 3 passes with your 3D embossing folders.
to get that nice deep impression.
And Tim's got a lot of them, a lot of 3D ones, but so does Sizzix. Here's the one she showed earlier, the repeating palms, not pines, but palms. And then this one was called Delicate Leaves. And now she's using the brick right now. So we'll see how that goes.
Here I've got some silver. How about that? We'll try that.
Elena said she likes that you don't have to wash your embossing folders.
Okay,
So,
oh yes.
So
Like it's not ink. There is a technique where you can put ink right on your embossing folder.
Yeah.
I have a difficult time with that technique. This one I can do it no problem.
Okay,
So there's
the back.
The
There's
back.
the
So
embossed.
that's what we were doing on my cards.
Now we're going to try
This
the
is
embossed.
going to be the embossed.
And we're going to have silver bricks.
See, you can see how there's little blobs of ink there or paint, and then I just kind of spread it because I wasn't getting it rolled.
If you have a blob, I assume that will ooze down into
Yeah,
the embossed
You don't
area,
want to
so-
have blobs when you do it. You just want a nice
Because you
thin.
could put more on.
Yeah. Oops, I kind of got a line there. Well, it looks like it works this way too.
It does.
On the brick anyhow. It might depend on your embossing folder.
Yeah, it might depend on your embossing folder. You're right.
If you like it, but ooh, I do like the silver on there.
Because you could just make it look kind of like a rough brick wall.
Now this is just the difference. This is the Sizzix.
And that's
a
metallic.
It's a metallic silver, and then this is just the lost shadow. Yeah, so you can see the difference.
So it looks like you could do your bricks that way.
Yeah.
And you could mix a couple browns or something if you want them to look, you know, kind of old and
or red,
rusty
like
or
I
reds.
did.
Yeah.
Yep. So this, I felt like it was super fun technique. If you don't mind getting a little bit messy, it's a little bit messy. Got to get your brayer.
That's why the craft mats are nice.
Yeah, just to wipe it right off and get
you
your
might
brayer.
not want to do it on your kitchen island without some sort of protection.
Yep.
And here are the cards that Teresa showed us. And it's kind of rustic. I think that's why it's neat, because it looks rustic.
Depending on the colors that you use, and like you could use more than one color, definitely.
Just like you did here.
Yeah. And you can also splat your paint. I splatted this one. It's kind of hard to see. I did splat white paint on this one. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, we can see.
Just
Now
very
we can,
subtly.
but I didn't realize you had done that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I splatted this one too. That one's a little more obvious. Just because I
adds-
had the paint there, and
like,
I'm
oh,
like,
the paint's
whoa,
here, I might as well try
what's
it."
this? Let me stick
Teresa,
my splat
you're
brush,
so good at
brush
just
in
trying
it.
things, for sure. Well, I think that is amazing, Teresa. Thank you so much for showing us that. And remember, everybody, that the new Distress ink color Lost Shadow is here.
I was looking for the Who's Tomorrow.
Lost Shadow's here. Here's a big pile of new five new collections. Here's the Lost Shadow. And remember the fun thing about Peter Pan that doesn't want to lose his shadow. So all of us should all find our shadows and keep them and have fun. And then I also want to mention before we go, Teresa, Me in 23.
Oh yeah.
That starts in February. So if you're going to play along with that, make sure you get your cards and things, or kind of figure out what you want to do. And
I'll be
Teresa
here
will be here.
Wednesday.
You're here Wednesday?
With some more pages, yep.
Oh, okay. She's going to update us on Wednesday, and I'm going to do it too.
So that's when you guys can start on Wednesday if you want to do it in February. Sometimes it helps to have like some guidelines for you.
I got my cards and I cut them apart, and that's as far as I've gotten.
Well, there you go. Well, if February hasn't started yet, so that's okay.
So we're still good.
You're still good. You're ready to go.
So thanks so much, Teresa, and thank you, everybody. And I'm going to say thank you, Tim, for Lost Shadow.
Yeah, and Diane is here tomorrow with the coaster kit.
Yeah, tomorrow Diane has a coaster kit for Valentine's Day, which would be really fun to put out. And then she's also doing one of the page kits from 49 and Market. So we'll get to see how those come together, which is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
So have a crafty day, a crafty week, and we'll see all of you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.